Before we show you anything else, we need you to understand something. That swing was not moving when we arrived. Lake Shawnee Amusement Park, Mercer County, West Virginia. Population 0. Visitors thousands. Every year, people who come from across the country to stand inside a place that the rest of the world decided to simply forget. We don't say it's haunted. That word is too easy, too clean. What we will say is this. In over 200 years, this single patch of earth in the West Virginia hills has been the site of a native massacre, a frontier slaughter, multiple children's deaths, and the discovery of one of the largest indigenous burial grounds in the eastern United States. And through all of it, someone decided to build a merry-go-round here. This story doesn't begin with a ticket booth. It begins with a family, and an afternoon that started like any other and ended as something no one in this county ever fully recovered from. Mitchell Clay was a frontier settler. On a Wednesday in 1783, he left his property to hunt. His children were home. They were alive when he left. When members of a Shawnee raiding party moved through the valley, 3 of his children were taken by surprise. His daughter, Tedder, stabbed. His son, Bartley, abducted. Tied to a tree, burned alive. A 3rd child, also taken. When Mitchell Clay returned and discovered what had happened, the retaliation was swift, brutal, and the blood from both sides soaked into the same soil within days of each other. The land didn't discriminate. It took it all. For over a century after that, no one built anything here. As if the county itself understood something developers, decades later, would not. Then, in the early 1900s, a man named Conley Snidow looked at this ground and had an idea. He thought it would make a wonderful amusement park. By the 1920s, Lake Shawnee Amusement Park was thriving. The Ferris wheel, the swings, the swimming pond. For the Cole families of Mercer County, this was the closest thing to magic they had. And then the children started dying. A young girl in a pink dress. She loved the swings, the kind that spin outward as they build speed. A truck, making a supply run through the property, came around a blind curve. The driver never saw her. A boy swimming in the pond on a summer afternoon. He went under. He didn't come back up. These were not isolated incidents. Over the years the park operated, at least 6 people, most of them children, died on these grounds. In 1966, the gates closed, not for renovation, not for the winter, permanently. The rides were left exactly where they stood, as if whoever locked those gates knew, somehow, that no one was ever coming back. 17 years later, a developer looked at this property and thought the same thing Conley Snidow had thought 60 years before: opportunity. They brought in excavation equipment. They started to dig. They found them almost immediately. Bones, hundreds, then thousands. An ancient Shawnee burial ground, one of the most significant ever discovered in the eastern United States, sitting directly beneath the park's foundations, beneath the rides, beneath the pond, beneath the spot where the girl in the pink dress had died. Construction halted the same day it began. It has never resumed. Today, Lake Shawnee exists at a strange intersection. It is a registered historic site. It is also one of the most visited dark tourism destinations in America, a place where people pay to be afraid. We spent 48 hours here. What we can confirm, on 3 separate occasions, the swing set began moving without mechanical cause or wind. Our thermal cameras registered a heat differential near the pond that our equipment team could not attribute to any geological or atmospheric source. At 2:14 in the morning, our audio recorder captured a sound, not identifiable as animal or mechanical, that multiple audio engineers have since been unable to classify. We are not telling you this is paranormal. We are telling you it is unexplained. What we are more confident about is this: the history of this land creates a psychological weight that is nearly impossible to quantify. Visitors consistently report the same things: the smell of ozone, of turned earth, the sound of children, music with no source. There is a concept in trauma research called imprinting. The idea that spaces where extreme events have occurred carry a residual emotional charge that sensitive individuals can detect. Researchers debate whether this is neurological, environmental, or something we simply don't have language for yet. Standing at Lake Shawnee at 3 in the morning, with the Ferris wheel turning slowly without power, that debate feels very academic. Very, very academic. We try to own land. We buy it. We fence it. We name it after ourselves. We build things on top of what was there before, because that's what we've always done. Stack the present on top of the past and call it progress. But some ground doesn't work that way. But some ground remembers who it belonged to first. Some ground remembers what was asked of it and what was taken. And some ground, if you're paying any attention at all, will find a way to remind you doesn't work that way. We left Lake Shawnee on a Thursday morning, packed our equipment, drove away. Nobody said much on the drive back. If you've ever walked the grounds of Lake Shawnee, tell me your story in the comments. Did you feel the heavy air or hear the swings move when the wind was silent? If you want to see more forensic deep dives into the world's most forgotten locations, subscribe and join us for the next investigation. The truth is out there. You just have to know where to look.